Hi everyone, I'm in science fiction. The throat hurts a little, but it doesn't delay. Let's see our dear brother from 1998 today. Fengjun City begins with a name scene. Lustful youth or temptation come to the Commons nightclub. I heard he wants to play fresh. I didn't expect that I was fresh medicine. Points also climax sprinklers the blood. The young man was scared and the crowd went totally crazy. It turns out to be a vampire opportunity on let the young man reach the top this year and panic. Running around and being blocked by a big guy. Through leather windbreaker, hanging bulletproof vest. In fact, charming elf dream exquisite detour afraid. After walking the machine, you will be deterred. Legs are sorted, silently, big guys, have a ride. Translated by the style of his wife Luo, no. Overall, there are also sound quality weapons hunting most of a small part escaped this blow is super. Fluid blood-sucking dead thing's mother-in-law. Considering that it was a film from 1998. Wonderful, polished again. Epidemic information is given to him in the middle. Although I asked him to do it. Song titled Cheers for a Ride and a Sacrifice. Rape and kill attack, thin, and then immediately on the wall, they are old rivals. I've seen him for a ride many times and I've gotten tired. So far, play with the new fire and wait. Let out a ghost-like scream and burn it to a guy. People, when the human policemen come here, the blade has no trace. Squatting, Song becomes bar. The police believe this barbecue is ready to grow. It may also be sent to the hospital for dissection. The researcher is really a female protagonist. He found out that this time he was admitted. There are many things that are wrong. This is wrong. Yes, it will be the border guarding yes. Vampire conventional means can't kill. They gave them no eye. This time he was present, his left hand turned. If his name is squatting, he was already fighting, jumping off the building, running away, half dead as usual. Blade okay the doctor. Only prevent cheap responsibility not mom yes. He was killed by a vampire and remember mom, your biological silhouette rescues the doctor. Walking the human police can't tell the way. 8 Blade was originally designed but it was basically a hit. The endpoint of the Blade is a factory. Here is abandoned for many years, so residents are called technology. Blade has never had any relatives since childhood. Adopt adult with him clothes with him. Both of them have the ambitions to kill all the vampires. Output weapon and victory no. Technology is also scientific for Iron Pillar is in the computer only. Female delays and success are failure please. Question how many hours later doctors use subversiveness. He is in much better condition, but unfortunately the stranger does not book explains him. Will Blade as a vampire profit from a City Behead's masterpiece is probably silver in discount doctor treatment not believe there is vampire. But after seeing this song, I have to believe it. Blade nothing to talk, drive the doctor. Brother-in-law will do go, improve, go home. I think someone is following me. It turns out to be a young policeman he claims to be routine patrol go away. There was a problem with shooting and driving again out of thin. Why did the situation come so coincidental? He knows that after he has improved his sister, will be attacked by vampires, so take the craft. He is a bird waiting for the rabbit. This young policeman, it's really human. You're familiar with this. It's a rational lackey like a period of time. The police in Ming and Qing dynasties are like catfish. I caught the Blade and turned to. Because he's wearing one. Following the organization that cannot earn vampires. Several rounds of cats are the peak after the game. Tracking to the benefits of vampires in the computer room. Greedy, listen to the police and let him run away. Investigate the computer room. Doctor, sister, didn't expect. Vampire technology. Developed Blade says this is just the tip of the iceberg. A vampire has penetrated into the top of human beings. Serious. The property rights are controlled by the computer room. The deepest part of it's the most messy and stinky. It's this fake. He is the curator of the Vampire Footbook. Positive processing of Principal Food Blade premonition video. He confessed that he was. The doctor has been through several UV lights and light skin. In this way, he couldn't stand the torture and finally confessed for thousands of years. A book has been circulating in the Vampire Foot. Positioning is equivalent to the human Bible. He has ancient texts written by you vampire. Can't understand vampires, all the newspapers pay. Silk recently, his secretary, you said that the computer room finally came up with this video. This is the student's arrival. To be simple to say, one is the snack to booze 12 in. What day of body adds to Mr. Shen? The most recent purpose of the coming of the world. Just call students to rule the world Blade to let go. The director discovered that there was a secret room in the computer room. You said fragments of Blade notes vampire everything. This is just rubbing the butt, and I'm too lazy. Look, but when he finds the corner. Squat this helpless girl still coexists. Execute him how is he tied up here? Come on when you get married, then help. Suddenly, break up, Guy Yan Jia. It seems they don't want to be trapped. It's the Blade, and it doesn't react. He didn't believe it and was caught by the doctor. Sister, this song is like the villain, showing off. Novice passes the level, I definitely have many. There will always be new things to use them. The Blade said. The pain is grinning. Someone else asks, why did you make a child? He said Guo Xiao bro. No one knows that every time I. And chef someone welcomes login and tech. Come out and sweep the battlefield. The protagonists nail leave a surprise and willing. Most of the people have been waiting in Sichuan. Played again by his hand. Blade is real to purchase. Have a great improvement. Go to the subway. Practice 1. However, as soon as Gao Feng entered in this pain, he kept a Serum is injected into the body and barely returns to normal. Seeing this scene, the beginning of the class, the blade is a vampire. This statement is not accurate enough. After returning, weapons and books are like blades. Have it clear. More than 30 years ago, Blade's mother and fetus August go. I don't know which vampire bitten mom. Therefore, he died and left behind a father and son. It's Gao Feng, he has changed his mind. Vampire therefore wanders on the streets and specializes in the writing of his weapons book later, being brought to the political party, that today, because of the human system, will age like a normal person. Don't be afraid to win. Calculate the sum of ultraviolet rays, which is days because of the vampire constitution. He also has super memory ability in the grassroots. At the same time, I don't like it if I'm having a ride. Life is human, so it will be a kind of always go home to suppress your desire for emotions. The problem is that it's just that you live here. The more you say the body says the number total, there will be no solution to the problem of a small town. Tone is too late, we trust the protagonist. Rest and see vampire and humans. There are a few points in the highest level that is. Most of them are Yin's disciples who hope to keep. I'm doing this at the economic level. There are fans who are domineering, and he hopes. The accelerator step to the end. The secret order Chen Lei summoned to God's conspiracy faction strongly oppose. He will kill one of the most determined. The other senior executives were shocked in the daily of oppose the next day business ride well. On the street, the patient's nutrition is a look. Selfishness is nearby and you want to talk to yourself. Talk to the topic, not just you and I. Why both swords, ratings. The ride didn't take the spot and refuse. After all, the call of thought is a must. Performers. Blade is this traveler, there is. Very curious about how this Qin dynasty big sun fan can the Bible because of his skin. How about thick sunscreen wax? And the angry and the two factions again. Tear the face. Blade pulls the gun shooting Fizme contact process and run away. Dang wind out. During a fight, the doctor's agreement was developed. An 11 plot should be given to one's origin. He said that this would prevent himself from becoming the vampire. Cannot find the wind after all. The sword, not being bitten is a natural marriage. Log in outside the vampire unique monster. Laugh and technology realize that there is something. The bottom layer rushed out but didn't know. This is the sound of the east and the west. More vampire. Sneak attack behind it and solve the problem with the leading the vampire loyal fans. He is more. The face of style comes up immediately and take the lead. No. Book this life bones although old ding ding. Don't go to Jade, I want to kill it. About a few dozen minutes later, the storm came back and he entered. Base messy newborn don't want to make money going forward. It's a dying technique. He gives the sword. Leave aside fan is about to mix blood. The most important thing is the god's mysterious world. The One Ring is a limited series from this traveler, so Blades must not go to him. I'm determined to refuse. Become a vampire. He knows that he can't bear to kill, so I will do everything throughout the process. Very silent, angry, please leave a message. Fans just right. Add fuel to the fire and leave fans on the scene and play the video. A doctor who said he killed himself. Sister put her nest somewhere. If you don't agree, come. All relapse is a must kill. Prickly heat powder, he lightly ammunition, full body, armed, and one of the most famous potion is, it was caused by the doctor's sister. Integrate into the vampire blood will explode. When all banned things are old nests. Yes, prickly heat, go, be prepared. Truman he insisted on the county level Blade ordering his subordinates. It's just that and the characteristics are too overestimated. It's hard for them to protect themselves. The demeanor is to fight an army. The firepower puts these brothers in a very The last survivor is going to say that he is not a vampire. Just dog hopes the Blade will let this go. But this time his heart is magical and skill. Go up and forward is the narrow corridor here. It will be a thug for a longer time. A classic 90s storm. Kill them, make progress. Inside a secret room there is a high-tech, glorious coffin. Open the knife and your people. The mother who was eating and driving was met. I don't understand that my mother is not just born. Is it dead? Mom explained. I had to come to the ghost that night. Instead of funds, the self, the Blade, shocked, not paying attention. The nose of the sneak attack. Fans this guy said while scavenger mom. Do you know when you are using? Your mom is actually me. The process is tortuous, but he is me now. We are happy. 1. I want to explain here. Just look at it even if it comes from it because of a vampire. All shaken him, he was bitten in his 30s, become a vampire, never been like this. We'll say, but although the family at the door was not at all, take a ride as your son, watch him, drive list out underground palace here. Vampire ancestors created specially for summoning students. No, for provocation, it has been thrown away. What are the tricks of the servers? This just needs to be criticized. Say this judicial news emotion excitement knife. Have fun, I want history and prohibited product. The ceremony officially begins. One body is still captured, since the big fish of Blade takes the bait. This daughter also lost her value and fans. Throw it into the dungeon and ask him for the vampire of the girl but the female fans. This overestimated doctor's solution to call the vampire. Climbed out of the ground with a blade. Sacrifice for a very hardworking hand doctor. It's a pity that it's too late. Yes, completed. Drive blocked update to lactation thinking. His writings were on 4 heads. The 12 sacrifices also become evil spirits and in front of the body and technology fans have already followed. But it is combined into one. On the other hand, he being severely after a week, COD 2. I haven't been given for a long time, and I've been weakness, desire, hard work, doctor, let him write his own. Initially rejected, but I can't stop the atmosphere here of the video. You weirdly ordered 2 people to be free. The blood donation achieved a life-beating personality. After the machinery ends, take a ride, stand up. His characteristic is mom. It's very simple to use, he also becomes a vampire. Enjoy the order together, but it's not long. Different mother and son are rebellious and mother are not. Opponent he thought he. Yes, mother can't take a ride, actually. Because of the rising anger, the tofu is relieved. He's driving after killing mom. Others liked by you. It's something that everyone is familiar with. Oh wait, he broke his hand and grew up again this time. It's like a blade, it's not allowed. Next month, this poem Vampire Dragon and Dragon. I'm not an opponent now. Gao Feng has more insurance to kill them. Just equipment fans only left with bare pole. But with ease, you can take a ride between attacks. Sword skillful cut off his hand in half. Thinking of him recovering instantly, after all, now prickly heat already possessed by the blood god. Driving, not daring to get close to, point out deeply affected by the close factor to replace it. Dizzy, he applied for the job but the use came from the ancient wisdom of the East. But this trick can only be chosen for different vampires. For or not, is it really a misunderstanding? The blade was beaten to the ground and looked up. Lead to a clever plan to throw it away in this life. The stuck in every time I have a ride. Throw in. Plan to have cervical spondylosis. Their souls. In my eyes, I didn't take it seriously. Because he lacks intelligence and doesn't know this. Dr. Sister's zodiac sign is mainly just a bloody breath that suppresses the system. You're looking for Dongfeng County. The concubine reminded her after the plain government for a while. Said it likes to expand this time let him. Expand enough. My sister's entire city vampire. All are ready for the Flash Doctor home to go home. Develop an antidote to drive and destroy humanity. It is indeed rich, but he is now. Not in a hurry because there is another tough battle. Want to fight and want to know how many days will we go in the future. Let's see the second step in Fengjun City. Today's program ends here. Welcome to follow, but in our own fund.